Tough first period here. Really couldn't get you any traction after that?
Well, we lost the game in the first period and because of the first period. We pushed back in the second, pushed back in the third, and played two fine periods. I think we definitely could have scored more goals. We missed the net too many times, though. But we had some really good looks where their goalie also made a big save on Stoner there. It could have been right away 3-1. But when you come out like we came out, and for a good part of the first period, and let the opponents skate like they did. We were not physical. We let them skate. We gave them the ice that they needed to. We know this is a fast team with high-end talent, and we've played those guys a lot harder all the other games. And it took us almost a whole period to get back to that, and we deserve what we got, plain and simple. It's just there's no reason for we talked about the work ethic that we've had the last while, that we've beaten some high-end teams because it was hard work, because we competed, and we deserve those games. And we come in today. I don't know if it's because we got some high-end players back that we thought we'd skill it. We're certainly not in a position to think that we're going to outskill teams. We gotta be a hard-working team for 60 minutes, and we have a chance, and we didn't, and therefore there was a pushback. We got to give our guys, but they pushed back in the second, they pushed back in the third, and we could have had other goals. But really, when you waste that much time, it's very rare that you get a chance to get it back.
Based on what we've seen from your team in the last 4 or 5 games here,
yes.
Is this as frustrating as you've been?
Well, I think it's I'd say the last 7 games. If the Boston one where it's tied with a few minutes left, the same with Carolina, we're right there. So it's been quite a few games that we're right there battling, and a lot of building individuals and the work ethic and all that, and the structure was all good. So yeah, the first period is very disappointing, and I think the players are disappointed too. I'm disappointed, and it's great to have a pushback. It shows character, but we got to show better character by starting the game like we started for a long time now. We haven't. It's been a long. I don't remember the last time we had a bad first. It's been a long time. So, yeah. So disappointed with the first period, definitely.
The focus tonight primarily would have been on the Matthews line, I assume. So were you surprised with not surprised, but if it was the Marner line that basically did you guys into?
No, I wouldn't say our focus is on Matthews. If you sit in the office and you look at their lineup. And even the fourth line with Komarov on the fourth line. I mean, this is high-end depth. On all 4 lines, and that's why there's such a good team. So if you focus on one line, the other line's going to do you. No, this is a team effort. When you beat teams like that, like the teams we've beaten lately, the high-end teams, it needs to be a 4-line effort, and 6 and 70s when we got 70s effort and goaltending effort. We need a total team effort and buy-in, and we got it too late. We did that first period, whether it's the Matthews line or the other line. Marner's hurt us because he's so fast that the minute you lose sight of him, he's gone. We know that, so it doesn't really matter who's on D. If you've given him the space underneath to pick up that speed, he's going to hurt you. So it's not just him. I mean, you look at their third line. You got some. That was their first line a few years ago. So it's like those high-end teams. Whether you play Tampa and you play, you look at the board and. They got the high-end talent on pretty much all lines. So you got to be good. All lines got to be good. All defensemen got to be good, and the goalies got to be good to hope to get a chance. And it wasn't good enough in the first period for us.
When you see your captain smashing his stick like that after the empty netter, what does it tell you about the passion that's still in that room? Oh,
guys want to win. We just proved that the last 7 games are right there in all these games, and we're fighting hard. That's why it's so disappointing in the first period, because we hadn't seen that in a long time. So got to regroup and get back, and Monday morning keep pushing, and hopefully we get some more players back and get back at it. But it starts with the compete when the puck drops. So I can't say it was a habit lately. So it's in that regard I have to be fair to the players, but it's unacceptable that first period for what we're trying to do, and we got to bounce back next game in Pittsburgh.